Welcome back, everybody, to Brown Bag Bets, powered by BetSperts. We are your daily dose of quick hit handicapping and sports betting picks. I'm Alex Christensen, and joining me, as always, continuing his tour of East Coast locations, joining us from Atlanta in what looks to be a lovely Airbnb there. You got a nice TV, a little interesting painting there. How is it?
It's nice. It's nice. If I turn the camera around, there's a nice little lake down there. I might take a dip later tonight. Who knows? But yes, it's much warmer here in Atlanta than it is in dreary old Minnesota. So happy to be here. Excited that we're getting closer to golf because I just don't bet as much this time of year. Once we get to NBA playoffs, I'll be betting my face off at those. But it's waiting for NFL lines right now and betting some golf. So excited that we're getting further into the week. And yes, speaking of golf, I'm in the midst of a golf champion. Alex won his tournament yesterday.
That's
we
right,
couldn't
kids.
bet on that. But if
that was on Friday.
He would have been shocked. Oh yeah, it was Friday. Never mind. Either way, we didn't get to pump him up. We didn't get to pump it up the other day. But Alex won his tournament. He is a champion.
That's
and,
right.
I bet on him.
I have the crappy T-shirt to prove it.
Yeah, no big deal. So, NBA tonight. It was a damn shame last night about the Wizards game right at the end. I really thought they could get it done. Would have liked that one. I think Butler out tonight in a tough game.
Yeah.
But also, obviously everybody saw Boston had a pretty bad injury themselves at the end of the season here, which maybe doesn't screw them in this game, but certainly for the playoffs it doesn't help. But we will bet some NBA tonight, and
you got to.
It's one that I don't always play your plays. Sometimes it's like, I don't like that one. But when we go down this path, I usually almost go with you. And last time it didn't work out. Last time they had a really great first three quarters. In fact, not even that bad of a first half of the fourth quarter. And then just shit got out of hand. And the Knicks went back to the old Knicks. But what do we like today? What do you like about these Knickerbockers?
It's just a fantastic matchup. LeBron James is making his return. He'll be playing his third game since late March, basically. Played 2 games a few days ago, took 2 nights off, and had taken a long break before then. I think that this number is indicative of a full-strength LeBron James playing 30, 35 minutes. As I start to tweak things, that gets me closer to this number. But assuming that he plays 25, 30 minutes, I think the Knicks here, are much smaller underdogs in this number. If this was on a neutral, I'd have them probably close to only 1 point or so. They are in LA. This is the end of a road trip. So I also wonder if the market's maybe overvaluing that a little bit because although it is the end of a road trip, they are rested. This isn't a back-to-back and a 3-4, I believe, for them. So they've had a chance to be rested. Thibodeau is going to have them focused, and they're a team that really wants to hold on to the 4 seed in the East. I believe they're half a game ahead of Atlanta, a full game ahead of Miami there. This Lakers team is very, very susceptible when LeBron and Anthony Davis are off the floor. The Knicks are the kind of deep team that can take advantage of that. So really like this spot for the Knicks. I'm not going to sprinkle the money line. I think LA probably gets it done, but happy to grab 5 here, seeing some 4.5s pop up. That's perfectly okay too. Just a really nice matchup. My numbers line up, and the Knicks have been a covering machine. So again, I'm happy to get on a train instead of try to jump in front of it.
Yeah, jumping in front of trains hasn't worked out well for me over the years, so I'm with you there. In fact, I will bet the Knicks because, oh man, I'm in the bad time zone for sports, though. And no offense to East Coasters, but
no, I get it.
Not a fan. I'm old. Like if I was 18 and I was still, hey, I'm going down to the warehouse rave or whatever, and yeah, it's fine. The game starts in 6 hours. It's over at 3 a.m. That's fine, but yeah, I'm washed. Yeah.
That's Vegas where that East Coast anger
Vegas
comes
from. Yeah, you don't know any other way. You don't know what it's like. Noon is the perfect time for a football game. That's when your dinner's ready. Dinner's ready. The wings have arrived. Everything's beautiful. So
it's tough. I would rather have the West Coast time, and maybe that's why East Coasters are angry. We're up late watching all these stupid basketball games till 1 and 2 in the morning. Mountain Time's pretty solid. But yeah, West Coast,
Yeah.
having football at like 10 in the morning on Sunday, that's kind of nice.
I couldn't imagine. I've done, I love that part about Vegas is getting March Madness starts at like 9 a.m. and football starts at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine when they were doing those London games, though, and they were starting at like 8 in the morning where I live. You'd have to set a damn alarm to watch the Lions play in London or something. So
yeah, like maybe 6:30 a.m. start time.
Maybe that's pushing it a little too far for my liking.
Not much European soccer either you get to watch.
No. So I did promise golf. I did bet some golf. I got the Wi-Fi on the plane and started looking at some more matchups. I don't have a ton to say about these yet, although I did play these. They were all played this morning. Most of these lines are pretty close. I scraped these and played them probably 2 hours ago. I'm guessing they hasn't moved a ton. I don't think my action moves markets. But first off, Bryson over Rahm. I think he should probably be a favorite. I'm not going to just, it's a Bombers course, and he hit the ball so hard for. But Rahm didn't look great last week, and Bryson really should be favored over him here for basically all the metrics I'm using for this one. Don't know a ton about this course. I'm going to learn a little more about it this afternoon. We're going to do the golf show tonight. So you'll find out more about, I still can't even remember the name of this, like Craig Mountain Hill Ranch or something. Either way, beautiful TPC course. It looks like a cool course, but Bryson over Rahm at a plus number. I like that quite a bit. I usually, I don't even have to lay a stroke and a half because they won't let me. Sergio over Ricky. Ricky played better, but still, that was a decent course. If that was a decent course fit for him last week, I don't believe this is as much. I'm more than happy to take Sergio over here. Laying a stroke and a half, that's a little more juicy. And then Munoz over Ortiz. This was a big disparity. And I haven't really dug in why in my numbers. I did a little bit of due diligence just to make sure I wasn't screwed up. But, Munoz over Ortiz at a plus number. So a couple of underdogs I'm on right away, right off the bat, starting this week. And then I do want to talk about a tweet I sent the other day for the fourth time now in this young season. Again, we're not even to our second major yet. We've had one of the favorites withdraw. And again, if you pay attention, get your ass in the golf chat, follow at Rob Bolton Golf. He tweets out anytime there's somebody who drops out. DJ drops out. DJ is third favorite. He's taking up 8% of the win equity in that pool. Again, it's a pool that has 150% equity because of the over-round. But the fact that basically a whole bunch of people don't really have a chance to win. It's not actually that terrible of an over-round. And when you have a favorite dropout, you're going to get some good numbers. So I ended up betting Spieth, Scotty Scheffler, and Sam Burns at some numbers that probably aren't available right now. So I will have all my outright stuff. I'm looking out a window. That's where you're getting this beautiful Atlanta, Georgia light hitting me. There's a hammock out there. I think I'm going to sit in that hammock and write a golf article tomorrow and get all my plays. So we'll have some stuff going on. I'll have a bunch of golf this week. I'm excited about it, and I'm down. Maybe I'll even play some golf. I don't know, but look for Around the Green tonight. Me and Pam will hit all the plays we're on. I'll have to talk about some more of my outrights. I'll talk in depth about some head-to-heads, some props, and some other stuff. And then I'm probably going to be famous. Look at this. This guy is just saying I can buy followers and viewers.
That's so cool.
Bigfollows.com. I shouldn't even have said that. I shouldn't have given them any.
By the way, are you and Pam going to be together in person, or is she not able to make it?
No, she's in Austin. We're in the South. We'll still just be connecting on the internet like we do, just like you and me. You're not allowed out of Philly. That's just an ankle bracelet situation. But we'll get you. Maybe one of these days we were gonna meet up. Remember, we were gonna go to a Timberwolves game.
It was right before everything shut down.
Yeah, it's like you were fully invested. You were ready to fly to Minneapolis, and that was right before that Cat and Embiid. Who was it that got? They got in a big brouhaha in Philly, and then it made the game even better. We were gonna have a fight, so we'll get there. I'll get to Philly someday too. So.
Worst case, we'll go to San Diego in November.
I snuck a peek at the tennis as well, and I saw something I liked. And you know it. And there's people in here that are going to be excited about this. They know it.
They are.
I even updated the picture. That is wrong.
I tucked it down there at the bottom. Oh, I like that. That's a nice one.
It's a gorgeous picture I found.
Doing a good job there. I don't know how the intern's going to replace this kind of graphic greatness. No. Not possible. WTA Rome, folks. All these matches will be tomorrow. They haven't put out the order of play, but the earliest they'll be is 5 a.m. Eastern. That's what I'm looking at right now. That's what it was this morning. We've got an underdog here. Katerina Alexandrova is playing Jennifer Brady. Neither of these women are fantastic on clay. They generally would prefer speedier conditions, but Alexandrova has been putting together some nice clay results. Her data is generally much better in Brady, not only this season, but over the last year. I think Brady is getting a little too much credit for her success this season on hard courts. It's just hard for me to put this match together and have this anything but a pick 'em here. I'd have a kind of minus 110 each way. So happy to take Alexandrova here, plus 125, plus 120, maybe a smaller stake at plus 110, something like that. And then we have something else, Andy. And I think this is what you're excited about. I think this is what the people will really like. We're going back to the well here. Maria Sakkari is playing Coco Gauff. Now, Coco Gauff on clay is a little bit different. So I was a little hesitant for the first few matches, and they actually hung some 21.5s, but was able to get 21 here. You want over 21 at minus 120 or better, frankly. I think that half game is going to be pretty valuable in this match. If you're looking at 21.5 at minus 105, that's probably equivalent. Something like that's okay. From an over 2.5 sets perspective, I have this number closer to plus 150. So plus 155, plus 160 is okay here. Again, going back to the well, it's unbelievable the absolute rate at which she hits over. Sakkari herself is also kind of an overplayer, especially on clay. I think we'll see a 7-5, 7-6 something here, and hopefully a 3 set so we can get the whole thing here. So we'll stack it up and continue to ride here on some Gauff overs, Andy.
So you wouldn't be terribly interested in like a cheap 21.5? You'd want
cheap 21.5 is okay. If you get 21.5 at less than minus 110, that's okay. But look around. Some of these books do better and worse jobs of pricing that half game. So take a look around and see what some of the alts are. 21 minus 120, 21.5 minus 105 is kind of what I'm hoping for.
Sure. And then, also look, we've done, a few people are familiar with this because we've hit a bunch of these at plus 150, plus 160, 175. But if you do need to search for this, it's not often the same from book to book. Some of them don't say over 2.5 sets.
Yeah.
Some of them will give you the choice. How many sets will this match take? 2 or 3 sets. So you just bet the 3 sets. So there are different ways to phrase this. Definitely look around. Sometimes it's under tennis props at certain books.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, obviously DM Alex or bother him because I know where to find it at my book and I don't have your book. Maybe.
Yeah, look around. Like you said, it says 2 sets or 3 sets. Most places put it under totals and things like that. Mm-hmm. But search around, you should be able to find it.
And then last night, deep dive from my mother's living room. We talked football. We just kind of, we said, what do we want to talk about tonight? We do that a lot.
From the beginning.
We don't know what we're going to talk about. And we went into NFL futures bets. We did NFL offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, and even a little bit into MVP, not as deep. And I brought up one, and this is something just because we're not going to have a deep dive before this happens, but I like the Zach Wilson rookie of the year, not quite yet. We talked about why not quite yet a little last night. I found some 10-to-1s. I'm searching more. Not everybody has it up. I'm going to do some serious digging on this. We started, and I don't want to go through the whole thing again because we spent seriously like 20 minutes on this. And if you do enjoy the process of how you go through some of these markets or how we go through some of these markets, it's a decent listen. We and Patrick, I'm trying to ignore Patrick right now in the chat. He's killing me. How we go through some of these markets with crossing off some names like this guy doesn't have the opportunity. You figure out how have people won this award? What do they need? They need opportunity. They need wins. They need a team around them. They need a coach. A few things like this. I'm betting on the Jets here probably, which doesn't feel great, but I do like some things that the Jets did in the offseason. I like how they drafted. I like that they're instantly going to have a coaching upgrade, most likely, but the schedule comes out tomorrow. And with the schedule coming out tomorrow, I am a little light on this because we did talk about this. I don't think there's a spot where like, oh, the schedule comes out and it's really easy and everybody just runs to back Zach Wilson. Like we might do it, but I don't think it's going to affect the market. Whereas I think it can affect me in a different way if the schedule comes out. They play at Buffalo. They play at Denver. They play at Indy. They play, Buffalo again. They play the Saints. They play Tampa Bay. They play some decent defenses. And especially if it's like at Denver, at Buffalo, like Zach Wilson is not going to come flying out of the gate. Those are not only, it doesn't even matter if Denver's defense is, at a level we're used to seeing after getting some of these injuries figured out. That's a really tough place to ask a young kid to play. And, it's not like he hasn't played at altitude, but going to Denver, going to Buffalo, if he has a couple of tough games right off the bat, I'm going to wait. So I want to find out what the schedule is, see if I should wait, because if he comes out and just poops down his leg in Buffalo, I don't blame him. I think he can still have a good season, but his number might be 15-1. 20-1. Who knows? One of the other quarterbacks might play a really shitty team right away, have a good season. I want to get involved with Zach Wilson, but I'm waiting. If the schedule comes out and I'm not worried about it at all, I might just end up betting it. So schedule is out tomorrow, and I am going to wait on this one. I'll let you know what I end up doing when we get into it. And also tomorrow, I'm just thinking ahead. I'd like to, and if anybody wants to get into this now, there's a decent three-way market right now on NBA Coach of the Year. Like I'm just scheming out loud. If you want to give thoughts on that when we get into it tomorrow, I'll make up a graphic, because I think there's still some angles to be had on that. So,
that's
and yeah,
Patrick, I like what you did here, though. It's a good way to back the Jets as opposed to looking at a regular season win total over. And I like what you said about the schedule. That's what's so nice about the NFL. You have all week, and these futures pop back up. So, like you said, if he's going to get beat to hell for the first 3 to 4 weeks, wait, you'll get a better number, right?
Yeah, there's definitely, it's just like we do with some of the NFL futures. There's definitely ways to get involved later on. And yes, the NFL never does sleep. We might have bet Fitzpatrick 100-1 last night, because we kind of like that team. And in the NFC, that's another thing. Again, listen to the podcast. We get deeper into it. I think we had a great convo last night about this. The NFC might be kind of weak. And if Rodgers, extricates himself from the situation, the NFC just got weaker, and you can end up with somebody really weird with the 2 seed. I mean, like Rams, Falcons, Washington, like somebody's going to win their division and end up with a 2 seed and be a weird team. You get a team with a bye and that wins a few games, Fitzpatrick 100-1 is going to be a funny ticket to have down the road. So, and if you want to bet some NFL markets, you want to bet some NFL futures, do not do it with our sponsor. Take that free bet
after you do this.
Do that afterwards. Do not use your free bet on it. Bet it at the sponsor for sure, especially if you're in one of the many states that Win is available in now. But don't bet futures there. Take this free bet, put it on an underdog, bet it on an underdog tonight in the NBA. In fact, you know what? Bet Knicks straight up. I'm doing it. I made my banner go away. We'll go with the corner one. I like that one. And we'll send you a damn sweatshirt. Still mailing these out. We'll get you one, and that's that. So, all right, I'm gonna go have some lunch. I'm gonna go bet some more golf. I'm gonna get ready for around the green. I got some other golf stuff to do today. I might see if there's any clubs around here. Go hit a few around the yard.
Attaboy. Enjoy Atlanta. Maybe you'll make it to Magic Kingdom to get some of those wings that Lou Williams likes so much.
I asked the Uber driver, I'm like, what are you guys known for? He's like, I think chicken wings. He said every corner has one, and every corner says they're the best in the world. He's like, they're all pretty good. So I'm gonna have to get some wings. So until tomorrow, thanks. If you're in the YouTube, do a thumbs up in the YouTube, rate, review, subscribe, like, retweet, thank, follow, all the words, and we'll catch you tomorrow.